Another thing that I wanted to talk about is Mikal Bridges. A lot of us haven't acknowledged the fact that Mikal Bridges has literally just improved everywhere, everywhere compared to last year. You know, and I didn't even realize this until I started looking it up the other day. But this is how Mikal Bridges has improved. Now his points is down, you know, but we've got to realize that last year he played 37 minutes. This year he's only playing 32 minutes, so his minutes is down by negative 3.8 minutes. So that's why his points have gone down, right? This year he's averaging 14.6. Last year he was averaging 17.6. So his points have gone down by 3 points. Big reason is why, because he's averaging more than 3 minutes less. But and the only other thing that have gone down with Mikal Bridges is his field goal percentage. Last year he was 500 exactly. This year he's pretty much still 500 at 490. But when you look at everything else, he's improved across the board because he's had a chance to gain chemistry with these players and just learn his teammates a little bit more. So last year, even though he's playing less minutes this year he's averaging 2.9 defensive rebounds, and last year he was averaging 2.3 defensive rebounds. This year he's averaging 1.0 offensive rebounds. Last year he was averaging 0.9 offensive rebounds. This year he's at 3.9 total rebounds. Last year he was at 3.2 total rebounds. This year he's at 3.8 assists. Last year he's at 3.7 assists. A lot of these numbers sound familiar or similar, but we have to realize that he's playing over 3 minutes less per game. So this year he's averaging 1.3 steals per game. Last year he was under one at 0.9. This year he's protecting the ball better. He's only at 1 turnover per game, 1.0. Last year he was at 1.6 turnovers per game. This year his blocks is even slightly better. He's at 0.8 blocks per game. Last year he was at 0.5. 3-point percentage this year is better. He's at 0.372, so 37.2. Last year he was at 354, 35.4. Free throw percentage is better this year at 825, 82.5%. Last year his free throw percentage was 814, 81.4%. His effective field goal percentage this year is at 571, so 57.1%. Last year his effective field goal percentage was 570.570. His true shooting percentage this year is at 58.7, so 587. The true shooting percentage this year is at 585, 58.5. These are like the advanced analytics part of it, right? His player efficiency rating this year is at 15.3. Player efficiency rating last year was at 14.0. His offensive rating this year is at 125. His offensive rating this last year was at 117. Now, the lower the defensive rating, the better. So his defensive rating this year is 114. His defensive rating last year was 118. Okay. Now, when we look at the win shares, his offensive win share this year is 4.7. Last year, his offensive win share was 3.7. That's a big difference. This year, his defensive rating is 3.3. Last year, his defensive win share, I should say, last year was 3.3. This year, his defensive win share is 2.0. His overall win share is 7.9 this year. His overall win share last year was only at 5.7. That's a huge difference. Now, his win share per 48 this year is at 0.143, and his win share per 48 last year was below 1. It was at 0.90. Now, his OBPM this year on offense is 1.3. His OBPM last year on offense is at 0.4. His DBPM, defensive box score plus minus, is at 1.4 this year. His DBPM last year was at 0.9. His BPM, box plus minus, this year's at 2.6. And then last year, it was even worse. It was at a negative 0.5. And then his VORP, the value over replacement, he's at 3.1 this year. He was only at 1.2 last year. So Mikal Bridges has literally improved in almost every statistical category known to basketball mankind other than points per game. And that's for the simple fact that he's playing 3 less minutes. So shout out to Mikal Bridges, man. He went into a little funk. It was like a 4-game slump. And And during them 4 games, I was looking at it the other day. It was games 64, 65, 66, and 67. He was scoring 9 points, right? He had games of 9 points, 0 points, 7 points, and 5 points, and he was averaging 5.2 points per game during them 4 games. He was shooting 290 during them 4 games, but he's responded, man. He's came out that slump in the past 13 games. He's at least averaging 12.5 points. Field goal percentage back up to 485. So that's just one thing I want to highlight when I mentioned Mikal Bridges, because nobody's mentioning the fact that he's improved everywhere compared to last year. And I believe a lot of it is because this is the second year with the Knicks, second year playing with Karl Anthony Towns and the OG Anunoby and the Deuce McBride and the Landry Shamet. Yeah, he already had that chemistry built in with a Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, but what about everybody else? It's his first time last year was playing with them. So shout out to Mikal Bridges for basically improving across the board. Another player I want to mention